This section introduces you to Excel's macro language, Visual Basic for Applications, VBA. You'll see how this powerful tool can be used to automate any Excel task. First, make sure the Developer menu item is available on the ribbon. If not, go into Options and customize the ribbon by adding the Developer menu item. I'll record a macro for making an ID column in a worksheet. You will see some of the virtues and shortcomings associated with using macros. So let's run our macro and create an ID column in Sheet 2. The macro did make the column and number the rows, but it stops at row 920 every time. It needs to be more generic. I'll run the macro again on Sheet 3. This time, I receive an error because the code selects a range outside of the table's boundary. As you can see, macro recordings can be helpful in generating most of the code. Fortunately, the VBA language gives you the ability to fix the broken pieces and make the macro more useful. Yellow highlights shows where the error occurred in the code. In this case, the crime took place when the entire column B was selected. Simply removing this section of code will repair the problem. I'll delete the ID column and run the macro again. Important note, there is no undo command for macros. Notice that there was no error this time. The macro ran fine, but there are still too many rows. I repair this by replacing the hard-coded 920 row number with the VBA used range. Rows. Count value. Finally, I'll run the macro on the Employee Data tab. It has a table with less than 920 rows. In summary, the macro recorder is a useful tool for writing a lot of the code. It provides excellent guidance on how to communicate with the Excel objects. However, it's not generic enough to be useful without code modification, using VBA.